Epic betrayals, tales that shook history. Welcome to Legendary Betrayals, stories that shaped history. Dive into the depths of human ambition, trust, and treachery. Discover the pivotal moments when loyalty shattered and the course of history changed forever. Each story reveals how betrayal, though tragic, has sculpted the world we know today. Betrayal, a dark thread woven through the tapestry of history, captivates us because it touches on our deepest fears and emotions. The act of breaking trust resonates universally, stirring intrigue, shock, and a sense of vulnerability. It's a stark reminder of the complexities of human relationships and ambitions. From the ancient plots of Roman senators to the clandestine operations of modern spies, betrayal has always been a powerful force. In ancient times, betrayals often led to immediate, brutal consequences. Modern betrayals, while sometimes less bloody, can be equally devastating, impacting entire nations and ideologies. Julius Caesar's assassination by his trusted friend, Brutus, remains one of history's most infamous betrayals. In the politically charged atmosphere of Rome, Caesar's rise threatened the Republic's very fabric. Despite their close bond, Brutus joined the conspirators, believing it was for the greater good, leading to the fateful Ides of March. Joan of Arc, a peasant girl turned military leader, rose to prominence during France's darkest hours. Her successes brought her close to the French crown. However, after her capture, King Charles VII, whom she had fought to crown, abandoned her. Betrayed, Joan faced a sham trial, leading to her execution and martyrdom. In ancient Rome, the political climate was turbulent, marked by power struggles and shifting alliances. Julius Caesar rose to prominence through his military prowess and strategic acumen. However, his accumulation of power and the title of dictator for life threatened the Republic's principles, creating unrest among senators and political rivals. Caesar shared a complex relationship with Brutus, who was not only a senator but also rumored to be his illegitimate son. Despite their bond, Brutus was torn between loyalty to Caesar and his duty to Rome. This internal conflict set the stage for one of history's most infamous betrayals. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, the Senate conspired against Caesar, with Brutus at the forefront. As Caesar entered the Senate, he was surrounded and stabbed by multiple conspirators. His last words, "Et tu, Brute?" echoed the depth of his shock and betrayal by someone he trusted dearly. Caesar's assassination plunged Rome into chaos, leading to a series of civil wars. The power vacuum and ensuing conflicts ultimately led to the rise of the Roman Empire. This betrayal not only marked the end of the Roman Republic, but also reshaped the political landscape of the ancient world. Joan of Arc emerged as a beacon of hope for France during the Hundred Years' War. A peasant girl claiming divine guidance, she led French forces to several key victories. Her relationship with the French crown was instrumental, as her successes bolstered King Charles VII's claim to the throne. Joan of Arc, a peasant girl from Domremy, rose to prominence during the Hundred Years' War. Claimed by divine visions, she inspired the French army to several key victories. Her charisma and unwavering faith made her a symbol of hope for a beleaguered nation craving a hero. Her relationship with the French crown was complex. Initially embraced by Charles VII, Joan's successes bolstered his claim to the throne. Yet the tides of politics are fickle. Despite her loyalty and achievements, she became a pawn in the intricate power dynamics of the court. Captured by the Burgundians, Joan was sold to the English. Charles VII, who owed much of his success to her, remained conspicuously silent. Abandoned by the very crown she fought for, Joan was left to face the wrath of her enemies alone. Joan's trial was a sham. Accused of heresy and witchcraft, she stood defiant but was ultimately convicted. At just 19, she was burned at the stake. Her execution was meant to crush French morale, but instead cemented her legacy as a martyr and a saint. Centuries later, Joan of Arc's legacy endures. Canonized by the Catholic Church and celebrated as a national hero of France, her story of unwavering faith and tragic betrayal continues to inspire. Her life is a testament to the enduring power of conviction against insurmountable odds. Benedict Arnold's military career began with promise, marked by his bravery and strategic acumen. He played pivotal roles in early American victories, earning the trust and admiration of both his peers and superiors. However, beneath the surface, Arnold harbored deep frustrations, feeling underappreciated and slighted by the Continental Congress. Several factors contributed to Arnold's eventual betrayal: financial difficulties, perceived slights, and a lack of recognition for his contributions gnawed at him. His marriage to Peggy Shippen, a loyalist sympathizer, further complicated his loyalties, pushing him towards the British, who promised money and rank. Arnold's plot to surrender West Point, a critical American fort, was a calculated move. He aimed to hand it over to the British, believing this would secure his future. The plan, however, unraveled when American forces intercepted Major John Andra, revealing the treacherous scheme to the Continental Army. The consequences for Arnold were severe. Branded a traitor, he fled to the British side, leaving behind his reputation in tatters. For the American Revolution, his defection was a stark reminder of the fragile nature of loyalty, galvanizing the Continental Army's resolve to fight on. Post-betrayal, Arnold led British troops in several engagements, but his legacy was forever marred. He lived out his days in England, a man scorned by both sides. His name became synonymous with treachery, a cautionary tale of ambition and disillusionment gone awry. Henry VIII's relationship with Anne Boleyn began as a passionate romance that defied conventions. Eager to marry her, Henry initiated England's break from the Catholic Church. This dramatic decision, driven by his desire for Anne, led to the establishment of the Church of England and a new era of religious turmoil. Political and personal factors converged to seal Anne Boleyn's fate. Despite bearing Henry a daughter, Elizabeth, she failed to produce a male heir. Accusations of adultery and treason, fueled by court rivalries and Henry's growing infatuation with Jane Seymour, provided a pretext for her arrest and downfall. Anne's trial was a spectacle of injustice, marked by dubious evidence and forced confessions. Condemned by a jury that included her own uncle, she faced her execution with dignity. Her beheading at the Tower of London was a grim end to a once illustrious union, shocking Europe. Anne Boleyn's death had profound consequences for England. It marked the beginning of a ruthless pattern in Henry's subsequent marriages. Her daughter, Elizabeth, would later ascend the throne, shaping England's future. Anne's execution underscored the volatile nature of Tudor politics and the perilous lives of those close to power. The betrayal and execution of Anne Boleyn left an indelible mark on England's monarchy. Her dramatic fall from grace highlighted the precariousness of court life and the immense power wielded by the king. Anne's story continues to captivate, symbolizing the tragic potential of ambition and the capricious nature of royal favor. Rudolf Hess held a significant position within Nazi Germany, serving as Adolf Hitler's deputy Führer. As a close confidant of Hitler, he was entrusted with critical responsibilities and was deeply involved in the Nazi regime's inner workings. Despite his high rank, Hess harbored secret ambitions and doubts about the war. In a dramatic turn of events, Hess embarked on a secret flight to Scotland in 1941. His mission was to negotiate peace with the British, driven by his belief that he could broker an agreement to end the war. This unexpected move shocked both the Allies and his fellow Nazis. Hitler and the Nazi regime reacted with fury and confusion upon learning of Hess's flight. They quickly disowned him, branding him a traitor and dismissing his actions as those of a mentally unstable man. Hess's departure left a significant void in the Nazi leadership. Following his arrest in Scotland, Hess spent the rest of his life in captivity. He faced trial at Nuremberg, where he was sentenced to life imprisonment. Hess remained incarcerated until his death in 1987, becoming a symbol of the failed and misguided peace effort. Hess's betrayal and subsequent imprisonment had profound implications for both Nazi Germany and the Allied forces. His flight highlighted internal divisions within the Nazi leadership and underscored the desperation some felt as the war progressed. It also reinforced the resolve of the Allies to continue their fight. Marie Antoinette, the last Queen of France before the French Revolution, was known for her extravagant lifestyle and influence over King Louis XVI. Her lavish spending and perceived indifference towards the suffering of the French people made her a symbol of the monarchy's excesses, fueling widespread discontent. As revolutionary fervor swept through France, Marie Antoinette became a prime target for the revolutionaries. The Queen, once adored for her beauty and charm, was now vilified as Madame Deficit. Her lavish lifestyle and foreign origins only deepened the public's mistrust and resentment towards her. When the French Revolution reached its peak, Marie Antoinette and her family attempted to flee the country. They were captured and brought back to Paris, where the Queen faced betrayal not only from former allies, but also from the very people she once ruled over with grace and confidence. Imprisoned and put on trial, Marie Antoinette was accused of treason and other crimes against the state. Despite her dignified defense, she was sentenced to death. Her execution by guillotine marked the end of an era and the brutal reality of the revolution's relentless pursuit of justice. Marie Antoinette's downfall had a lasting impact on French history. Her tragic fate became a powerful symbol of the revolution's fierce determination to overthrow the old regime. Her life and death serve as a poignant reminder of the unforgiving nature of political upheaval and the high cost of betrayal. Marie Antoinette, the last Queen of France, wielded significant influence during her reign. Known for her extravagant lifestyle and controversial decisions, she became a symbol of the monarchy's excesses. Her lavish spending and perceived detachment from the common people made her a target as revolutionary sentiments grew. The French revolutionaries branded Marie Antoinette as a traitor to the nation. Accusations of treason, incest, and conspiracy abounded, fueled by widespread propaganda. Her fall from grace was swift and brutal, reflecting the deep-seated anger and resentment towards the monarchy that had been brewing for years. Imprisoned in the Tower of the Temple, Marie Antoinette endured harsh conditions and psychological torment. Her trial was a farce, marked by baseless accusations and predetermined guilt. Despite her dignified defense, she was sentenced to death, a poignant symbol of the revolution's thirst for justice and retribution. On October 16, 1793, Marie Antoinette faced the guillotine. Her execution marked the end of an era and the violent upheaval of the French Revolution. Her stoic composure in her final moments left a lasting impression, immortalizing her as a tragic figure caught in a tidal wave of historical change. Marie Antoinette's legacy is complex, a blend of vilification and sympathy. While often remembered for her opulence and detachment, her tragic end elicited a reevaluation of her life and role. Her story remains a powerful reminder of the volatility of public opinion and the devastating impact of political betrayal.